What's going on, Chattanooga? It's your girl, Zainab K here. And returning in the new year, we have CEO of Chattanooga Preparatory School, Mr. Troy Kemp. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thank you. New year, new opportunity. Like I said, let's go with it. Come on.
And y'all been doing some things. You've been doing some things. So we thank you. We appreciate your addition to the school.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, so we're going to jump right in. You have this event coming up.
Yeah.
It's the Reaching and Teaching Boys event going down February 17th. Tell me about it. What was the inspiration, and what can the community, especially the boys, expect?
Well, I think the main thing is we want to make sure that the people who are really responsible for influencing the young men, whether they're teachers, parents, are really informed on how they learn best, you know, what they need to be very successful, and also some of the challenges that they have. What kind of language, what kind of strategies can be used in a classroom, even at home? A lot of the teachers have kids at home as well, so it's like 2 for 1. But most people teach the way they learn. And so what if the kid doesn't line up with the way you learn? Are they, you know, how do we create an environment where they're included versus excluded? Because if not, they're going to change the tune at the party. They're going to take over, right?
That's true.
Got a new DJ.
Okay. Is it Troy Kemp?
No, I'm talking about one of them boys. One of those boys, they're going to turn up, right? Like, who changed the music?
Yeah.
Johnny, did you change the music? Yeah, because now nobody wants to dance.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I can't dance, nobody's going to dance. So we don't need that. Let's play some offense.
Okay. Now, it's going down February 17th. What is this offense going to look like?
Yeah, so basically we're going to share some research, strategies, some trends, some national trends, not just things that are going on in Chattanooga, because I think some people think it's just what's going on in my school.
Yes.
No, this is national. I travel around the world and I speak about these topics. I've been able to work with some of the authors, researchers, thought leaders, literally national people, but there's research, but then there's reality. And for me, I'm like a strategy guy. I want to make sure they leave with, this is why the kids move the way they move. This is what we all need to know, the scouting report, if you would. And then we have an informed game plan. So this is how for the kids who move, how to incorporate that, how to increase student engagement, how to increase communication. Some kids don't feel like it's safe to talk. So how do you get them to communicate in a way until they're ready to talk and really speak up loudly? Because they all can, but some of them just don't feel safe.
That's true. And it's definitely something that I feel not only can stem or cultivate at school in the community, but also at home.
At home, there's a boy crisis in America. I mean, all these research institutes are popping up. It's not just a boy; it's a man crisis, right?
Okay.
Because if we don't train up the boys in the right way and make them inclusive, then they're going to become men that are abusive, that kind of thing. Right? They're going to abuse all types of things. And so how do you set them up for success so that the statistics don't necessarily skew one way? This is not about, we want to make sure that the young ladies are whole. And actually, this applies to some of the girls. So it's not 100% of the boys, but it's a majority. And if you look at most schools, 85% of the discipline problems are boys. About 70% of the D's and F's and about 40% of the A's and B's. And you can rarely find a valedictorian that's a male now. And it's not about, the girls are doing their thing.
Yeah.
But they're riding in the left lane. The boys not even in the right lane. They're pulled over on the side of the road, waiting for all the traffic to die down.
That's true.
But nobody's going to slow down for them. They got to speed up. This is what this is about. This is about making sure we have an environment where they have a vision for excellence and the right kind of habits, and an environment where teachers are informed, right? Informed. Best thing is caring individuals who are informed.
I like how you're starting with the foundation, like the teachers.
Yes.
Because you all make the impact. The educators make the impact, and the kids are spending more hours with you than at home. So the fact that you're even taking this approach, acknowledging the issues that these young men are experiencing to be able to help them as they grow into men is just amazing.
Well, that's the other thing. They have to be at school, right? What about creating an environment where they want to be? People do better in places they want to be. So how do you create an environment? I mean, honestly, that's what we're doing at Chat Prep, right? Our standard is high. Our goals are beyond what even our board thought they would be, because we're aspirational, but we're going to get there.
Yeah.
But the other piece is that we want to have some joy. We want them to look forward to seeing us. We want them to come in. This is your school, right? You don't have to be in the front of the line to lead. Come on now. Everybody stepping in the door.
A word, okay? Right. I love that you do not have to be in front of the line to lead. You can lead from anywhere.
You can lead from anywhere.
As long as you have the right keys.
As long as you're listening.
And it sounds like they're going to listen to you, and they have been listening to you, all the good stuff that's been going on. Like, you guys mentioned before we even started, it's been almost a year.
Yes, almost a year.
You've been there.
Wow. Different kind of anniversary.
Okay. And And we're going to focus on that, the good, the positive, in this wonderful Reaching and Teaching Boys event. Now, if you were a young boy, or even speaking to your own children or nephews, why would you want to attend this event?
Well, this is actually for the influencers of the boys. So these are going to be, one thing, every class, let's say you have a class of 25 students. You can go in and have a conversation with the 25 students. But unless the parents are aligned, it's going to be a little bit of chaos when they get home anyway. But if I talk to 25 teachers who all teach 25 to 100 students, we're multiplying now. Because now you're set up for success. You're scaling excellence. I don't want to be, if I'm in one room, I'm not in another. My goal is to transfer knowledge, to share things so they have their own playbook. They can use it at home. I tell people, use more Tai Chi, less Kung Fu. Kung Fu is when you take a brick and you throw it against a brick wall, you damage the brick or the wall. That's us sometimes teaching, working with people who don't see the world the way we do it. Tai Chi is if you throw a brick against a blanket, you still stop the brick, but you don't damage the brick or the blanket. See, we got to learn how to be the blanket.
Yes.
Right? We have to learn how to be the blanket. And that's a human thing. It's not, you don't learn that in college. You learn that through life's experience. And unless you've been the brick, and there are plenty of parents that are wearing themselves out trying to raise a child. Plenty of teachers that teach a child who never wants to show up at the school again or even learn anymore. They're exhausted from their learning experience because it's all friction. You have coaches that win championships, but they lose players. What is it that these kids need? Let's lead from the seats, not from the front of the room. We were all students once. Why don't we think about the world and see it through their eyes? We're always trying to translate our language. Why don't we speak theirs?
Yes, meet them where they're at.
That's right.
Meet them where they're at.
That doesn't mean lower your standards. It does not.
Okay. We love that. So, speaking, you said that this is for the influencers of these young men. So, how does one attend? How does one get involved? Ticket registration? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so they can go to ChattanoogaPrep.com. And then they can register and click on events, ChattanoogaPrep.com /events, or we have some flyers and posters going around the city. And the main thing is it's free. It's absolutely free. I travel around the world. People have me go to different countries to speak about this topic. I'm like, you know what? This is all about our vision for Chat Prep. This is, good schools serve kids, great schools serve families, amazing schools serve the community. We're trying to do something, and we know these Hamilton County educators want to do their best work, but sometimes they're not set up for success because they don't have the playbook. And this is about putting that in their hands. So they sign up, ChattanoogaPrep.com /events, and they can click and register. Space is limited. It's free, but space is limited. February 17th. This is really the kind of thing. It's kind of the gift that keeps on giving, if you would.
Ooh.
Scale it. Let's multiply.
Not just Christmas in July, but it looks like it's coming in February.
February, post-Valentine's Day. Why give the candy out on that day? Why not give it out on the next day?
I see that. Okay, so I see you also have 2 sessions, one for middle school and one for high schoolers.
Well, elementary through middle school, and then middle school, high school. So it's really K-5. And then because there's some developmental pieces there.
Yes.
So when you talk about strategies, what works best for elementary students? What works best for high school students? Because at high school, people are terrified of high school students. They're like, they're never going to do it, especially the boys. They're not going to buy in. Well, we got Chattanooga Prep boys buying in. So you can't tell me it's not possible, but it's like everything else. You got to be relatable and you got to be reliable. What is it that's going to make you relatable and reliable in a way that they trust you? If they trust you, we talk about a literacy gap. We talk about a math gap. There's a trust gap. So how do you create that environment where there's high trust and the kids are safe and they will move without you lifting a finger?
That's true. That's true. Okay, we are looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, being that you've already told me a little bit about the event, without giving too much away, the last time you were here, you stated your vision for the school being. The vision for Chat Prep is to make sure we have enough lanes to identify the genius, but also measure what we treasure. Now, as you are in the business and helping boys become men and equipping them with tools to weather any storm, a quote from you, by the way, how does this event align with the vision that you had?
Well, I think it's very important that we're working on the young men at Chat Prep, right? So we're trying to make sure all of our teachers are aligned with the same vision of what boys need to thrive. But they have to leave us, and they go out in the community, and you have other kids in the neighborhood. We have brothers of these young men, cousins that are attending other schools. This is about the vision of lifting the city. We're trying to teach our kids to be leaders, which, again, means multipliers. How do you scale excellence? I mean, if I got a restaurant over here and I'm serving up and everybody's full, am I going to feed? I mean, how are we serving the community? You know, boys have to see it to be it. So really modeling that is the best way to get them to think about it and aspire. You don't have to get paid for everything in terms of money. There's psychological income, right? When you understand what your calling is, you align with that. And you know what? This is the thing that I learned that my life has been very similar to a lot of our students. I was telling Miss Margie today, waking up with that kerosene heat is so cold in your bedroom that you have to take your blanket to the bathroom to take a shower and go through all that. And I'm like, you know what? It took a lot to get to school that morning. So now I'm saying, okay, we understand that. But we also understand that you don't even feel like it's safe to cry. You don't even feel like it's safe to smile. You can't smile or cry. So you walk around as an emotionless person, and the teachers think you don't care.
Yes.
No, you don't feel like it's safe to care. So how do you do that everywhere? It's not good enough to just have it in one school. When I came back here, I was like, we're going to do our thing in Chatt Prep, at Chatt Prep.
Yeah.
But it's bigger than that, because these boys are going to go out in those community, and responsible adults have to be able to see them for the geniuses they are, because it might be a teacher at one school, but that doesn't mean they're not going to intersect with them at another school.
That's true.
This is community, right? You don't weave fabric with one thread. You go cross stitch and you go both directions, and this is about elevating the entire Chattanooga community.
Man, you are speaking to my life right now. It's not like they have the best leader over there. Truly a gem in the community, not just in the community, but also at Chattanooga Preparatory School. So I'm so glad that you guys are putting on this event, teaching others how to reach and teach other people.
Yes, and they don't always see the world the way you see it. But I can't tell you, countless parents have literally said everything from, I can't wait to see this young man that I didn't want to see. And it might be their son. You know, some of it might be their spouse. They go, oh, I finally figured out why my husband does that.
No.
So this is bigger than, you go in this room and you think it's just going to be a bunch of teaching strategies, but it's really the psychology of why people move the way they do or stand still when you think they should be moving.
Yes.
This is really, how do you tap in and get the most out of every child? This is what this is.
This is truly a people workshop.
It's a people workshop. And, you know, we're going to do more in the future. This is really, I want to make sure we did something early for educators so they could implement these best practices while they're, while the kids are still in class. But ultimately, we're going to do more for families. We'll do it for leaders.
Yes.
Because this is just the beginning of a lot of things for us.
And it's needed. It's needed.
Right. You know what? It's better to prevent a fire than fight one.
And this right here is very preventative. And it's also something that you can navigate. Like if they're going in one direction, you can definitely navigate them towards a different lane.
That's right.
So getting
this
them
is going to help for any mentor, anybody. But right now, because the seating is limited, we try to do it just for the educators on the front end. But like I said, we'll open it up to parents. But this is really for us to say, you know what? We're part of the Hamilton County school system, so let's contribute right now. We're not waiting.
Okay, do me a favor. Put me a seat on the side.
Come on, you come on. Now you come on. You got a VIP.
I'd like to
Everybody
be
in my party is a VIP now. Come on.
Amen. I like to be there. Well, thank you, Mr. Troy Kemp. You guys, for more information on the Reaching and Teaching Boys event, it's going down February 17th. At Chatt Prep, we have the 5:30 to the 6:30 p.m.
Yeah, 5:30 and 6:45. We got to give some people about 15 minutes to kind of make their way out of there because the parking lot and stuff like that.
I'm one of them. And then we have the high school session from 6:45 to 7:45.
Yeah, and if they can't make it to the other one, they just sign up for the one. We really want to try to tailor it for elementary and then middle and high.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, I can only make it, come on, y'all.
Hey, get in where you can.
Get in where you fit in, right?
Okay,
Doors are wide open.
All right, you guys, you can have more and find more information about this on ChattanoogaPrep.com/events. And of course, we'll have this on our website, Power94.com. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for creating this space and this opportunity. We're doing this now together. We can't do it without you. So appreciate it.
You're always welcome back. So thank you so much. You guys, I'll get up with you later. Again, like I said, we'll have this on our website, Power94.com. It's your girl, Zainab K here. Have a wonderful day.